When I made the jump, I was just very passionate about learning and education. But I also thought, I came from one of the fastest growing industries in the world. I came from Silicon Valley. I mean, it was competitive. It was hard. Sometimes you'd work for 24 hours. It was difficult. And I thought, this education thing is going to be easy. And everyone is going to be nice. And everyone is going to love education. And it's going to be perfect. And of course, it wasn't. It wasn't. Education is highly complex. Why are they in school? Ask any kid. Line up 100 kids and ask them why in school. Here are their answers. To get to a good university, because my parents make me, to get good grades, to do well in tests, and I don't know. Those are your 5 answers. 60% of children in high school in the United States do not like attending high school. Well, here's the correlation. 60% of high school teachers in the US don't like teaching high school. I mean, that is a completely failed system. Children are biologically designed to learn. Humans are designed to learn. And so when we're in a place where we're allowed to do it, you're going to be inspired and encouraged. You're going to be loving it. You're going to be having fun. When they come to the school and they see the bamboo and they notice that there's no walls. And then the parents ask, well, how do the students concentrate? So there's a couple things here. Same people that make the hospitals and the prisons are exactly the same people that make the schools. A square box, limited windows, and what happens in a school when a child is bored? Usually because the teacher is boring. What do? They look out the window. And when the students come here, they're involved in this ambient sound and the ambience of nature, and they're connected to nature. And there was a research group that came here, and they look at engagement in classrooms all around the world. And they came to Green School. They measure 2 things. They measure engagement with the student, with the teacher, and engagement with the student with the project. It's a quantitative assessment. And they found that the engagement across Green School was almost 85%, and they had never seen engagement like that in any other school across the world. And what's an interesting point of this is, like, some people think, like, okay, well, they have fun and they're engaged and they're having a nice time. But what about those kids that want to go to good universities? This holistic approach to learning, children can have fun, still learn, and go and do what they want. And, as we look at a traditional school, and we spend all this time in schools on math and science and English, the intellectual quadrant is where we spend 90 to 95% of our time in a school. We spend almost no genuine time in the spiritual and the emotional quadrants. But when we look at things, when we look at issues in our own lives, like every fight I've ever had with a girlfriend or with my wife or, with a workmate, I don't fall back and try to utilize my mathematical skills, my language skills, and my science skills to try and resolve it. I'm going into my interior self, into my spiritual quadrant, my spiritual being, and there I'm reflecting. I'm using emotional, I'm using empathy and sympathy. And so when we are looking at the world academically and trying to fix the worlds of the issue, do we really think we're going to fix the issue between Israel and Palestine or all the other issues in the world through math and science and language? It's impossible, and everybody knows it. But we still continue to have a system and a process that is trying to pursue that and make that happen. The only way we're going to fix those issues if we are kinder and more caring in the world.